All right, let's start then. So, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ashish from New Delhi, India, and I'm really excited to be talking about making money with Alexa at Voice Tech Summit India. So, just a brief background about me. I have been involved in the Alexa ecosystem since 2017, and I have built over 300 different Alexa skills over the last 3 years. I'm also one of the first AWS certified Alexa skill builders in the world, and I won multiple Alexa hackathons, including the Smart India Hackathon, which is run by Government of India. And for my efforts, Amazon has also recognized me as the Community Evangelist of the Year for the last 2 years. And while building Alexa skills, apart from building Alexa skills, I also do a lot of community events in Delhi. I lead the Alexa Delhi community meetup groups, and we host a lot of workshops. Like we used to host it before the pandemic struck. We used to conduct monthly workshop sessions, hackathons, and other stuff. But now we are just changed to webinars. So this topic actually arose from those workshops. So let me give you why the reason why I choose this topic specifically. So when we used to conduct most of these meetups and workshop and these hackathons across different colleges, different institutes in Delhi, one of the most common questions that I would get from students or other professional developers was, what are the revenue opportunities in Alexa? How do I get a job with Alexa? What are the career options? Because mobile development, web development, machine learning, normal DSL go stuff, most of the students go down these paths and also look up to their peers. And compared to these technologies, Alexa is a very naive and emerging tech. So this was supposed to be a genuine question in everyone's mind. What are the revenue opportunities that I can get with Alexa so that I put my time and efforts into it? So if you guys also have similar questions and are a bit skeptical about the career scope in Alexa, then this is going to be the right session for you. So I will tell you how to best invest your creativity and time building Alexa skills, which in turn will generate revenue for you. So let's talk about how to make money with Alexa. Okay, and at any point, if my audio seems to be lagging or anything, just send a message to the chat so that I could know that there are some issues. And another thing, I will be taking all the questions at the very end. So if you have any questions, just please pop them into the chat as well. I will just go through them all at once at the very end. All right. So before I talk about the revenue opportunities with Alexa, let me just give you a brief overview of where Alexa and the Alexa ecosystem currently stands. So Alexa is currently available in 15 different languages across 80 different countries. Alexa supports languages such as English, and in English it supports 5 different locales, because the way we speak English in US is way different from way we speak it in India, and it's way different from how people speak it in UK. So there is accent difference, intonation different, all those differences. And apart from English, it is also available in other languages like German, Spanish, Japanese, Portuguese, and all these languages. So 15 such regions are currently supported by Amazon Alexa, including Hindi as well. And then there are over 200 plus products that come with Alexa built in. So these products are like not just Amazon, the Echo devices which are launched by Amazon, but these products are made by other manufacturers such as Bose headphones, or they may be mobile phones like Xiaomi just launched a Redmi Note 8 last year, which was Alexa enabled. And then there are also some cars these days which are coming inbuilt with Alexa, like Honda City just came in India and it is Alexa enabled. And then there are a lot of products, like over 1 lakh products right now that work with Alexa. Now these products are made by other manufacturing companies, but these also work with Alexa. So some examples of these will be the smart lights from Cisco, Wipro, the smart TVs, the smart appliances, all the IoT devices which you can control via Alexa. Now these products don't specifically have Alexa inbuilt into them, but you can use your Amazon Echo device to control these products. And apart from these hardware devices, Alexa has a skill store. The skill store can be understood in similar ways as a Play Store or App Store is. So the skill store has skills. Skills are synonymous to what we say apps for mobile. So the skill store currently has over 110,000 Alexa skills across globe. which basically means that it is an ever-growing market since it started just around 4 years ago. In 4 years, we have reached this number, and this number is increasing every day. So people are working day in and day out to build new skills. So the market is not stagnant, it's not dead. It's hundreds and thousands of developers all around the globe are contributing effectively to it. So these are some of the numbers which should give you some confidence that these many developers and product manufacturers are banking on Alexa. So there must be a valid reason behind it, why everyone is building for Alexa. But you may still ask me, like, what are the incentives that I will get for building an Alexa skill? Because numbers and all are cool, but what are the returns that I will be getting? So let me start talking about the main core of this talk, like why you should build an Alexa skill and how you can generate some revenue out of it. Okay, so first we will talk about some developer incentives. These developer incentives come directly from Amazon, and let's take a look at them first. So there are three different types of developer incentives that Amazon gives you for building an Alexa skill. We will talk in detail about all three of them. The first one is AWS promotional credits, the second is Alexa developer rewards, and the third is monthly incentive programs. So let's take a look at each one of them. So the first one, AWS promotional credits. If you have ever built an Alexa skill before, you know that mostly for building an Alexa skill, we generally build it like any other software. We build the front end and the back end. And the back end code generally resides in AWS. Like all the logic, all the code part of an Alexa skill generally is hosted in AWS. And for using AWS, although AWS has a very generous free tier, you might end up actually getting billed for the services that you use, and then you will have to pay for from your own pocket if the usage is significant and above their limits. So this is where this incentive comes in handy. Like Amazon gives you $100 in credits when you published your first Amazon Alexa skill, and if your skill incurs more charges than $100, like if your skill incurs AWS hosting charges, that every month Amazon provides you another $100 in credits. So you don't have to worry about like running into costs whenever you try to build, whenever you move towards building an Alexa skill. Speaking from my experience, I have built around 300 Alexa skills over the last 3 years, and to be honest, I haven't paid a single rupee to Amazon till date. For all my hosting charges have been covered under these AWS promotional credits as well. And the best part about these credits is that you cannot, it's not just limited to Alexa. You can use it for any AWS service. Okay, moving to the next one, monthly developer incentives. This one is quite interesting. Like as developers, we all love getting swags, and this basically is build an Alexa skill and get some swag in return. And as developers, we like wearing the t-shirts, getting some branded swags from different companies, and this is what we get. So what Amazon used to do is like every month they used to have a program where they give out t-shirts or gift vouchers, or say sometimes they are a bit generous and they give away headphones or PS4s or something else. Like these incentives change every month. This is the link you need to follow. You can check out whatever the incentive for the current month is. Usually they have a target like get 500 users in 30 days on your Alexa skill, and you will be rewarded with the swag. So we talked about incentives, but you must be saying that these are all incentives, credits, swags. Where is the actual money? There is no real money involved till now. So don't be afraid. Like I will be now talking about where the actual real cash comes from an Alexa skill. Okay, before I start talking about how you can make the real money from Alexa, let me just take a step back and let's talk about something else. Like when we build for mobile or say a web platform, what is the easiest way to make money? Like whenever you build an app or a website, how easily can you monetize it? Like what will be the easiest way? The answer to that is advertisements, of course. Like whenever you open a mobile app or a website, you see an ad one way or the other. You will see a pop-up, or you will see in the sidebar somewhere down the line, you will see some sponsored content. And companies generally charge you some premium to make sure that the app is ad-free. So, like making money through advertisements is the easiest way to make money from any digital software. But unfortunately, that route doesn't exist in voice apps. The reason behind is very trivial. Like, uh, say whenever you go to YouTube and you want to play a video, what YouTube does is these days they play back-to-back two ads simultaneously. So what we hate more than seeing a ad on a website is actually listening to a audio ad. So when it comes on YouTube or it comes on Spotify, we really hate it. And Amazon also feels the same. Like they did some early user surveys where they realized that advertisements on voice aren't the best route, and that hampers the customer experience really. Just think that you are asking your smart assistant, hey Alexa, can you make the call or can you order pizza? And before processing your request, it says, okay, I will do that, but first hear this 30-second ad from the sponsor. You will obviously get irritated, right? So the audio advertisement just don't work. So that option is not available to us. So what's the next best option when it comes to building a Alexa, building a mobile app or a website? How do the developers generate revenue? They generate revenue by actually asking the user to pay. Like the user can be asked to pay for the complete app, or they can sell some in-app purchases to the user. They can the user can pay some subscription, like how Netflix or Hotstar charges. In these ways, you directly ask the user for money. Fortunately, that pathway is available to us on the Alexa side, and so we will be talking about that pathway next. So the easiest way to make money via any software is asking the user to pay for it, and we can achieve it on the Alexa skills as well. Like we can sell premium digital content or sell physical goods. So the first way is selling premium digital content. These are similar to all the digital experience that you can expect from an app. Amazon segregates these premium digital content into three different buckets. You can either sell one-time purchases, subscription, or consumables. Let's talk about each of them one by one. So the first one is one-time purchases. To understand how one-time purchases on voice works, just take an example. Say you go to a bookstore and you buy a book and you pay for it, you come back home, you read that book, and yep, you are done with it. That's like a one-time purchase. Next month, you don't have to pay for that book again because you have already purchased it. Like for that book is yours forever. You don't have to keep on paying for it every month or every week or something. Like once you pay and you are done. That's how one-time purchases work. Like in an Alexa skill, it can be like unlocking a new content, unlocking a new category in a game, or something else. Like any example can be there, but the user experience will be like the user will pay once and he has access to it forever. The next model is subscription-based model, which you all must be quite familiar with. Like there are Netflix subscription, there are Spotify subscription, Hotstar, or be it a subscription to the newspaper that comes to your house, or be your internet subscription or cable TV subscription, like anything for which you pay every month on a recurring basis, and amount is usually the same. That's like a subscription-based model. So in an Alexa skill, if you are building a skill which has some fresh content which is coming every month or so, you can have like a subscription-based model. Like every month you can release new podcasts or new episodes or new game stories, and user will pay every month for that experience. And the next model is consumables models. This is quite interesting model, and most of you must be familiar with this model. Like if you are into mobile games, because mobile games heavily rely on consumables. So to understand consumables a bit better, let's take an example of, say you are going to a McDonald's or a Burger King to order a burger. You go to the counter, you place your order, you get the burger, you eat it, you are done. Now you cannot go back again to the counter and ask for the burger again. Like, what if you go to the counter and say, hey, I already paid for the burger, give me, but I don't have it right now, give me again a burger. The cashier will give you a blank look, right? Because the world doesn't work in that way. So basically, consumables are similar to one-time purchases. The way they differ is that, like for one-time purchase, once you pay for something, you have access to it forever. But in consumables, once you pay for it and once you have consumed it or used it, that's done. If you want to use it again, you have to get a new one. in games, what happens is like if you are building a game which has 5 lives to the user, which gives 5 lives to the player, and user loses all 5 lives, and then you ask the user, hey, do you want to continue the game? Pay $1 to continue the game. That's like a consumable. And if the user pays $1 and you let him continue, and after playing a while, he again dies, and now the user cannot say, hey, I already paid $1, let me continue again, because it's a consumable, right? Like the user, if he wants to continue again, he again has to pay. So that's the consumable model. I hope these three models are clear to you. And in Alexa skills, basically you can sell almost these premium digital contents. Like you can say virtual game products like expansion packs, powers, new characters in the game, or if you have say interactive stories skills or some kind of premium content, like if you are building a sound skill which provides premium quality sounds or music, then you can have subscriptions, and there can be used to unlock multiple functionalities and all other things. All right. So these are some of the examples of Alexa skills which are quite popular worldwide, and they have implemented in-skill purchases. So the first one, most of these are games. Like the first one is a kids code game, and the second is a sleep sound skill, which basically implemented the one-time purchase or subscription model. What people do in these kind of skill is they basically have say lower quality sound for free, and a premium quality sound you pay for. So, something similar to what Spotify or Ghana.com or all these music providers do. If you want to just try out the software, you can have a low quality sound, but you want a serene, better premium experience, you pay for that. And then there are games like Jeopardy, which provide you with a life pack consumable and other digital. So apart from digital content, you can also sell goods and services. In-skill purchases is only available for the in-game experiences. But what if we want to sell digital, physical goods and services? For that, Amazon provides us with Amazon Pay. Now, physical goods can be like food or clothing or flowers, or say if you have a donut shop or you have a flower shop and you are delivering pizzas or donuts or flour to your customers, and they can place order via Alexa. For that use case, you will use Amazon Pay. It can also be for services like hotel reservations or movie tickets, gym memberships. User can just ask their Alexa device to pay for that. But these are not like digital goods; they are actually physical services. So for that, you cannot use ISPs. You have to use Amazon Pay integrations. Some of the examples of skills that use these physical goods and services are 1800 Flowers is a very nice example. Like they deliver flowers via Alexa. London Theatre Direct provides you with movie tickets. And ES Beverage, that skill you can use to place order for coffee or other beverages. And in a similar way, Ferns and Petals and Laundromats is a dry cleaning skill. It allows you to book a dry cleaner pickup from your house. So these were the ways where you can ask the user directly for money, like via in-skill purchases or Amazon Pay. Let's look at other methods where you won't be directly asking the user for money, but indirectly earning some good rewards. Okay, this is the next topic is Alexa developer rewards. Now we are back to where we ask Amazon for money. Like this, as a developer, this is one of the most exciting perks which we talk about. Although it can be considered as an incentive, but it pays you in hard real cash. So it's an important one. So let's talk about the developer reward program. So if you're an Indian developer and you build a skill for the India Skill Store and you have high customer engagement every month, like lots of users are using it, they are using it for a long while, then Amazon actually pays you real money. And the eligibility criteria for that is that it should be in 8 eligible categories. These categories are like education, food, audio, games, trivia, health, and everything. And only Indian developers are allowed to be part of the developer rewards program for India. Like if you are joining globally for this talk, you can apply for the developer rewards program. Great. So Amazon usually takes some metrics like minutes of uses, number of new customers every month, recurring customers, all these things. They haven't made it public, like this is the minimum number of figure that you should hit. But yeah, like taking all these into engagement, they finally hand out rewards. And and it is serious money. Like developers in different countries globally, in 22 countries, have already received millions of dollars through this program. Some of the most popular skills around the world have earned tens of thousands of dollars just last year. Even I personally know a lot of folks in India who receive around 50,000 to 70,000 per month in passive income, basically, which is the best kind of income. Some of the most popular skills around the world which get developer rewards are: first one is Escape the Room, which is like a escape room adventure game. The second one is Phone Genie. Phone Genie, what Phone Genie does is basically allows it finds your phone for you. Like you can just ask Alexa, "Where is my phone?" and it will give you a ring to your phone, which is like a very simple use case, but quite good utility use case. And like these kinds of skills work. Like if you build something simple and has a high users, you will get paid. Again, the next one is like devotional content like Hanuman Chalisa, Vishnu Sahasranam. Like these are played in millions of homes all around the world, and they also get huge engagement. And of course, meditation and game skills get lots of users and thus earns good rewards. All right, let's move on to the next point, which is sell your skills. The third way of making revenue via Alexa is selling your skills. And this is the one that I personally use the most to make money with Alexa. And what I mean by this point is that you can use your skill development knowledge to build Alexa skills for someone else. Like you can use your time, creativity, efforts, whatever you have spent on learning Alexa to build Alexa skills for different businesses, different people, anyone else. Like as an indie developer, you can look for opportunities everywhere. The best way to start looking for opportunity will be in your network itself. Like if I were to start from scratch building an Alexa skill, I will reach out in my network and see who is in need of an Alexa skill, because most businesses are not on Alexa today. It's quite similar to say 10 years back when not everyone was on mobile. Like not everyone had an Android app or an iOS app. And what people used to do was they used to just reach out in their network to their family, friends, see whose business needs a mobile app, and they used to just build it for them. And if it worked, like through the word of mouth, your business spread and your individual growth happened. In the same way, reach out in your contacts, see whose business can benefit from being on Alexa, and just build a skill for them. It's like a win-win for both of you. And as an indie developer, you can also look for opportunities on freelancing sites like Fiverr, Upwork, TopTal, Freelancer.com, Guru. There are a lot of websites where people need Alexa skill building capabilities, and you can search for them. I have personally built around 300 Alexa skills through these mediums, and I have worked with small to medium scale businesses, voice tech product startups, and I've also worked with large scale brands and quite a few artists as well. Like some of the skills that I have built over the last couple of years was like last year I built a skill for Reebok, which was live in US and Canada and Italy. And earlier this year, I built a skill for Lysol, which was quite a good skill considering the current pandemic state we are in. It helped people follow proper hygiene and clean up their houses, provided them tips and all. I've also worked with Bic, and I have also worked with some artists like DJ Axwell Ingrosso, Brett Eldredge, Tom Walker, and I've also worked with some other companies like Workshop Copies, Seguros Multiplace, which is an insurance company, and Remax is a real estate company. So like you can join these freelancing platforms and look for opportunities at all scale. All right. Coming to the next point. Okay, the next way is working with an Alexa agency. So what basically an Alexa agency is like, they are like a software development dev shop, a software development company who are excellent in building Alexa skills. So what happens is Amazon has a list of companies who they recommend to to some businesses. There are currently 8 Alexa agencies in India, and say for example, if I'm a brand, say I am a big brand in India and I want to build an Alexa skill, but I don't have the in-house development knowledge or skill set, and I reach out to Amazon. I ask them, hey, I need an Alexa skill. What Amazon does is they recommend some of these agencies because they are proven skill builders. They have delivered excellent projects in the past, so they can be trusted with a big brand's credibility. So they connect these agencies to that brand, and they actually build the skill for that brand. So these agencies usually have preference when brands look out to get their voice experience and their experienced skill builders. So if you get an opportunity to work with an Alexa agency, you can work on really good use cases. Like I have benefited a lot from working freelance with some Alexa agencies in India, US, and UK, and build a lot of skills with them. So reach out to these agencies and see if they have any relevant opportunities for you. And some of the examples of the skills that have been built by Alexa agencies here are: the film companion skill was recently built by Vinimai, which is an agency in India, and the OnePlus skill, the Xiaomi skill, all these skills are built by an Alexa agencies. And other interesting example is the Shah Rukh Khan skill in the middle. Last year, if you remember, there was a movie called Zero, and one of the agencies, Agraya Technologies, they teamed up with Red Chillies Entertainment to build an Alexa skill for that movie, which is like quite a unique way to promote your upcoming movie. And like voice is a new channel. You can find use cases in all these domains. Then there is a skill for Starbucks, which was built by another agency, and another agency built a skill for Honda cars. Okay. The next way to make money via Alexa is working with an Alexa partner. How Alexa partner differs from Alexa agencies is that these partners actually build tools for Alexa. They don't build skills, but they build some tools which help these agencies and individual developers build better skills. So one of these partners is Bespoken. Bespoken builds some automated testing tools, and if you are a developer, you know the importance of testing, right? Like automated testing, unit testing. These are the core features which run into the QC part, and these are very important to any software development lifecycle. So Bespoken works with any voice app, any Alexa skill, and you can automate your testing for an Alexa for this. Another interesting example is Dashboard. Dashboard provides analytic solution for Alexa skills, and another example is Jargon. Jargon is a tool which is like a content management tool, and it also helps in internationalization. Like if I'm building a multilingual skill, say in English and Hindi, or say in Spanish, German, then I can use Jargon for easily making my skill multilingual. And last but not least, another interesting tool is Jovo. Jovo is very similar to, you can say, synonymous to Flutter or React Native, because they are cross-platform tools. In the same way, Jovo is the cross-platform tool for voice. Like you can use the Jovo framework for building Alexa skills, actions on Google, and also Bixby capsules. So this is another great tool. So you can work with an Alexa partner and find your revenue stream that way. But what if you don't want to work with these agencies and tools, and you want to build something of your own? You have some idea and you want to build your own business on voice. So don't worry, we have got you covered there as well. There are a lot of opportunities for entrepreneurship on voice, and we will be talking about that next. The first one is Amazon Alexa Fellowship. The Alexa Fellowship inspires and enables the next generation of curious minds to invent the next big thing in conversational AI. The Alexa Fellowship is mainly targeted toward PhD and postdoc students, and this fellowship supports advanced conversational AI research by providing funding, mentorship to help these students build innovative new voice solutions. So if you are a PhD or postdoc student, you can definitely look into it and build the future of conversational AI. The next one is open for all. This one is the Amazon Alexa Accelerator. It is powered by Techstars, which is a very famous accelerator, and this gives early startups the support they need to grow their network, gain traction, incorporate Alexa, and engage with investors. Like a lot of the tools that I talked about earlier, the Alexa partners, they have graduated via one or the other accelerator most of the times, and this Amazon Alexa Accelerator by Techstars is a really good use case. Like I talked about Jargon. Jargon for internationalization. Jargon was a part of Techstars as well, and you can look into this. Like a lot of companies are there. The next is Alexa Fund. The Alexa Fund is not just an accelerator. It actually provides you funding to boost your startups. The Alexa Fund provides up to $200 million in venture capital funding to fuel the voice technology innovation. And the Alexa Fund helps innovative individuals grow the idea into a successful businesses and products. if you see the list of companies on the screen, you will see there is one company from India, Shuttle, which is also funded by the Alexa fund. So, yep, you have the option of an accelerator, you have the option of VC fund if you are into entrepreneurship on Alexa. So there are a lot of opportunities either way. And lastly, there are hackathons, and these hackathons are open to all. You don't have to be a PhD student or a postdoc student or an entrepreneur or a developer. You can be anyone. You can be a developer, designer, a beginner to Alexa, or a tech enthusiast, anyone. Like you can participate in Alexa hackathons, win a lot of cool prizes, a lot of cash prizes as well, and Amazon has one or the other hackathon running from time to time. The currently Amazon has one hackathon running, which is the Alexa Skills Challenge, Alexa Conversations. The deadline for this hackathon is September 14th. You still have I think around 10 days to prepare if you want to participate on this. It is hosted on DevPost, and it has over $100,000 in cash prizes. So that's actually a lot of amount for winning. And this is going to be quite an interesting one. So yeah, if you are interested in making some quick money with Alexa and want to explore your ideas, this hackathon can be a real good option for you to participate in. Personally, I have benefited a lot from these hackathons. I have participated in, I guess, almost every hackathon that has been conducted in India on Alexa theme, and I've almost won a prize in almost every one of them. These are some of my Alexa hackathon winning skills. Um, the first Alexa hackathon was conducted back in April 2018. I built the Ganga Quest, which is the skill in the middle, and that skill is actually an adventure game based around some mythological theme in India. And then and in the other hackathon I built skills which were like cryptocurrency trackers, escape the room kind of adventure games, and some science educational skills. I recently in April this year I won another Alexa hackathon. For that hackathon, I built a language learning skill which was called LearnLingo, which is in the bottom row. And then very recently in the Smart India Hackathon, which was conducted on a pan-India level, there was an Alexa track, and I was also participating in that. And eventually, I ended up winning that hackathon as well. There, I built a skill called Indian Traveler, which is like a tourism skill. Which tourism is something unheard of in today's time, but still, I built that skill. Hopefully, someday tourism resumes and people find value out of it. So that skill I built for the Smart India Hackathon. And yeah, like hackathons can be a good way to participate and begin your journey in Alexa, because a win is a win. Like it motivates you to continue further in that domain. Next up, we have the Amazon Alexa Prize. This is a bit different from the hackathons that we are talking about. This is mostly again for this is limited to university students, and this is not just about building Alexa skills. This is about enhancing Alexa itself. Like this is a multi-million-dollar university challenge to advance the human-computer interaction and push the boundaries of the progress in voice and voice tech research. Like you won't be building Alexa skills, but rather work on machine learning, NLP solutions, and enhancing Alexa capabilities itself. The university teams usually create social bots that can converse and engage with humans naturally, like Alexa does, and they can talk about like on different topics like entertainment, sports, politics, technology, and fashion. Like if you have an Alexa device, you can go back, like you can take out that device and just say, Alexa, let's chat. And it will connect you to one of the bots developed by one of these student teams. And you can chat with that and get to know what's the difference. So teams from top-notch universities around the world participate in this competition, and the prize money is really amazing. The first prize is usually around $500,000, and this year Emory University from USA won the challenge. To sum it all up, I will like to share some final points with you. Like we talked a lot about the different kind of ways you can make money with Alexa. We talked about incentives you get. We talked about the developer rewards you can get from Amazon. We talked about the monetization strategies, and finally we talked about some entrepreneurship opportunities. Okay, so to sum it all up, like here's a brief of what you should do. Like the first point is choosing the right monetization model. you have to figure out what works best for your Alexa skill. Is it like an in-skill purchases that works for you, or are you selling a physical good or service? In that case, you will need to use Amazon Pay. So choosing the right monetization model is quite important. Like you have to figure out whether consumables do the trick for you, or is it going to be subscriptions or one-time purchases. You have to see what makes more sense for your skill. The next one is you have to focus on providing engaging and fresh content, and you have to focus on the quality. Like if you are building a quiz game and say you have 20 questions in your skill, if I pay for that skill and I will enjoy the skill. Like the first day, I will get answers to all the 20 questions and I will be done. The next day, when I come back, I will most likely be expecting new questions with that because I have paid for it. It's not like a free or trial skill. Like if you give me the same 20 questions the second day, maybe I will feel a bit bad. And on the third day, if you again give me the same 20 questions, then I will be like, what's the use of me paying for a subscription for this content? Because the content is the same every day. I will just unsubscribe from that and move on to a different skill from a different developer. So you have to make sure the content that you provide is engaging and it is also quite fresh. You keep on updating it, and quality control should be there. Like it has to be some like the user should feel some value out of it. Like Alexa works on a freemium model. So this is also another major difference. Like in the apps, in the app world, what you can do is basically make a complete app paid. So the user has to pay some money before he can download it. That doesn't work in Alexa. You have to give a premium experience to every user. Like every skill should have a free version where the user can try out the experience, and if he likes it, then he can pay for a better or premium experience. So quality has to be maintained for that the user gets to pay. The next thing is that you should measure and optimize what's working for you and what's not working for you. Like you have to track whether you are charging more than what users are able to pay for. Like if the pricing is correct, you have to figure out where the user is dropping off. You have to take care of all these nuances, like keep checks everywhere so that you get to know. Like you have to invest some time in the analytics and figuring out where your skill is lacking, and you have to improve upon that. So this check the analytics, improving. This iteration has to keep on going so that you provide the best experience to the user every now and then. The next point is that you have to believe in and show dedication to this paradigm, because the returns might take some time to take, but eventually they will be there. Since this voice tech industry is very new, like this Alexa industry, I think Alexa was launched late in 2015 or so, and it's just 5 years old. Like compared to mobile or web, which are probably more than my age, I will say like 15, 20 years in old industries. Alexa is a pretty nascent, pretty new, and if you have to stick with it for the initial run, like it's still in the early mover stage, and if you believe in it and if you show dedication, the returns will surely come. Like it won't come, like you won't start making millions of dollars or thousands of dollars in a single day. Like if you build a good scale, you start racking up the users, you optimize it, you iterate over it, you will start getting those developer rewards. You will start getting users paying for the in-skill purchases that you built. And the next point is explore new voice first ideas. Never back down from exploring new ideas and building new voice products that you might think that no one will use it, because it's similar to any other software field. You won't know until you try it. Like who knows, your product might get into the Alexa accelerator or get investment from the Alexa fund. You never know until you have done it. So explore ideas. The best way to uh, find and look for these ideas will be looking around you, like what experience that you have on the mobile world is not currently available on voice, and what idea you feel can be better served through voice. You have to look for such ideas and build them, and just keep exploring and building it. And one and last point is that you have to actively participate in community events and hackathons. They really help. Trust me, they do. They have helped me a lot over the last 3 years. And what they do is that the community is very new, so everyone is very welcoming, and you can talk to the senior developers, advocates from Amazon, people and globally. Like everyone is on the same skill level. Like the most experienced guy will be 4 or 5 years old experience, which is nothing, which can be considered like a fresher in the today's software development industry. So the entry barrier is low, and you get to talk with people from all different domains. And the community is very young. And if you get in now, you will play an important part in shaping it over the next few years. And it does take a village to raise a new community like Alexa. And lastly, and most importantly, make some money with Alexa. Like all these points I have talked, until and unless you start um, brainstorming on them and implementing them in your skills, it's not worth it. Like go back home, do a bit research, and yeah, make some money with Alexa. All right. So yeah, that was a lot to give away. Now it's time for any questions that you may have. Like you can ask me anything related to the content that I have presented, or Alexa ecosystem in India, or anything related to Alexa in general. Like just put your question in the chat, and I will be happy to answer any of them. Thank you, Mandar. So the question is how to improve discoverability of your skill. This is a very good question. Discoverability is a big challenge. So if you remember some stats that I showed earlier in the talk, Alexa Skill Store currently has over 110,000 Alexa skills, and believe it or not, most of the people who use an Alexa device don't know that an Alexa Skill Store exists. So in that case, how do you get people to use your Alexa skill? That's a real challenge in today's world, and like lots of skill developers around the world are banging their head around it. And I will say it's a bit tough in Alexa land because like mobile world or like Play Store or App Store or even like conventional marketing strategies don't work in Alexa. You cannot pay for something to get your skill ranked up higher. There are certain there are no direct tools for advertisements. There are indirect tools which you can definitely capitalize on a lot way. Like say for example, if you are building a skill which is related to certain theme, you have to start looking into how you can inorganically market it, making it more discoverable in the communities that you have. Like say for example, I built a language learning skill recently. So what I will do is I will try to find communities on others established social platforms like Facebook groups of language learners or Reddit groups or other channels similar to that, and post about my skill there. And say I built another finance related game lately. For that, what I did was I reached out to some finance influencers who were quite popular in their domains, who had established a social media following, like YouTube, a lot of YouTube subscribers, or Instagram followers, or Twitter followers, and I collaborated with them, and through their word of mouth, my skill got promoted a lot. Like, see, the problem is that only like there is no direct way of marketing skills or making it discoverable. You have to go through these different kinds of uh, inorganic channels. You have to do Facebook marketing, like you have to post in social media or through different groups, through different influencers, and then you can start racking up the numbers. And once you have racked up enough numbers past that initial stage, what happens is like if your skill starts getting more engagement, then Amazon starts recommending your skill automatically to some utterances. Like say for example, if a user comes and say, Alexa, I want to learn a language, he doesn't say anything related to my skill or my skill's name, LearnLingo. But Alexa will see that this skill is quite popular in this domain, so it will start recommending that skill. The discoverability will come in at that point, that the user will just say, Alexa, I want to learn a language, and my skill will be recommended. Now, what's the parameter for that? What's the figure to hit for that number? That is all a black box to us. They have not made it open to us, but yeah, they have been releasing some tools. If you are a developer, you can look into something called as name-free invocation and can fulfill intent. These things you can look into that, and they will help with the discoverability part. I hope that somewhat answers your questions, because discoverability is a really good question, and something which doesn't have a definite answer right now. All right. Any other questions? Uh, which two techniques are you talking about, Mandar? The two names that Amazon has released, the two features. I will just type it out on the chat. Yep. Okay. Anyone else has any other questions, or shall we move on to the next slide? Okay. I guess let's move on then and wrap it up if you don't have any other questions for now. All right. So these are some links which will help you if you are want to start your journey in Alexa. The first link is alexa.design/India. It dropped. Am I audible again? Cool. India. This will link to different along with, and for your starting India, black and white query, just 40. You will also there. Uh, this is the last link is code sample them for taken this. If you continue our details, yeah, the work as a they are available different domains. LinkedIn, you there today being at the voice. Thank you, everyone. I will meet there.